Agave Farms, a massive 17-acre community garden in central Phoenix, will always be something that Phoenicians will reminisce about. That farm that was on Central Ave, across from the light rail and Indian Steel Park. Here's how it all came to be. In early 2015, Mike McMahon was approached by a representative of a landowner who was looking to lease his property for a low rate if we could use it for agriculture. The land had been sitting unused for decades and was waiting to either be sold or developed at a future date. We said, how about if we can use the lot on an interim basis until they're ready to sell it? And so, Agave Farms secured a temporary land use permit and something called a community garden status from the city. The only catch was that the land had to be open for public use. It became one of those, if you build it, they will come moments. And he did build it. With deep support from Mike's own Agave Environmental Contracting, a local landscape company with decades of experience in the valley, and they did come. Agave Farms opened in June 2015. Initially, the plan was to use it as a tree, plant, and cactus nursery for Agave Inc.'s landscape projects. But with 17 acres to spare and the land mandate to be of public use, the doors were opened, and in no time, community gardeners, neighbors, nonprofits, and master gardeners poured into what was one of the biggest community gardens in the world. Agave Farms improved the aesthetics of the surrounding neighborhood, providing a green space in the urban jungle. Adorned in stone and metal sculptures throughout, the growing veggies and herbs formed a beautiful circular serenity garden. The farm was home to a grape wine vineyard, fruit tree orchard, a rose garden, a cactus garden, box trees, and chickens, of course. Fun fact, the pond, which supplied the farm's drip irrigation system, was infused with blue-green algae to improve soil fertility and plant growth. This place provided free access to hands-on workshops and lectures where Phoenicians learned about agriculture, soil management, horticulture, and the culinary arts. Leslie Blanchard, manager and master gardener, taught many of the gardening workshops, always happy to share her years of experience in the different methods of agriculture, such as vertical gardening, raised bed gardening, and traditional in-ground gardening. Some of the nonprofits with garden plots at the farm included Project Roots, International Rescue Committee, New Roots Farm Program, Native Health Indigenous Wellness Garden, Brighter View Foundation, Native American Urban Ministry, as well as several nearby schools. The food grown here was always either sold or donated locally. The farm featured a large entertainment area and shaded seating that saw everything from an outdoor yoga class series, events, parties, meetings, and fundraisers. We hosted the Arizona Citrus Festival, the Arizona Honey Festival, a big Earth Day event, and so much more. Agave Farms also contained a retail nursery, which filled that need in the neighborhood and didn't compete with any other nearby nurseries. And things weren't always perfect. The farm had its challenges during its time. The farm persisted through several vandalism attacks. Each time, the community came together, with no shortage of volunteers or donations to help restore this landmark. During the global pandemic and shutdown, Agave Farms served as a safe space for people to get some fresh air and gather. The outdoor yoga classes and workshops helped bolster wellness and morale. Agave Farms even served as the main food box packing location for urban farming education and the Fresh Food Collab's 1 million pound food distribution campaign. It even hosted a food distribution where food box recipients were able to drive across the farm while picking up their food boxes. In a 2017 interview, Mike said, "A year from now, there could be a high-rise on this property." He shrugged. "The entire nature of what we've done is meant to be temporary. We've planted 3 to 6 month crops, and our perimeter fencing is mobile, but today, for the time being, we're a city garden. And that's all right." Ultimately, this temporary pop-up community garden experiment continued serving the community all the way through June of 2021. The farm had some masonry which spelled out "En el corazón de Phoenix," in the heart of Phoenix, which is fitting. The memory of this place will always live on in the hearts of those who spent time here. The fruit orchard and grape vineyards are still alive after being salvaged and relocated. The growers have shifted to other local community gardens. At the time of this recording, a new location has not yet been secured, although viable alternatives are being explored. We wanted to share this story to inspire others about creative land use in urban spaces. Temporary land use permits or community garden spaces might be possible all around you. We hope someone watching this will hear the call to start their own community garden. Awareness about creative land use in urban spaces and community gardens is growing. Now, there's also a need to support these projects. We are doing that exact thing through our nonprofit, Urban Farming Education. In those 6 years operating one of the biggest community gardens in the world, constantly designing and redesigning, we made countless mistakes, some very costly, but we improved each time, learning just how much we could accomplish together. Agave Farms was about more than just creative urban land use. It was about the people and about how a community can come together to benefit everyone. If your team is thinking about starting a small area farm or community garden of any size, we strongly urge you to first consult with our team at Urban Farming Education. You won't find another team with this level of community garden expertise. So let's team up. We would love to offer our insights to help anyone who takes on an endeavor like this, even if only to act as a soundboard. Our team is busy developing a community of gardens with both local and international models, and one project as far away as East Africa. So many people are engaging in gardening right now. If we're all going in the same direction, why not go together? That's the community of gardens we envision. That's the future we're working on building. Visit our new website at weareufe.org to see how you can be involved.